The first thing you're gonna do is get a 1/2 cup of butter and put that into a pot on a medium to low heat. You wanna just completely melt the butter. This should happen pretty quickly, so keep an eye on it. Once it gets to this point in the melting phase, you can start by adding your next ingredient. The next ingredient is a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, so just add that straight in, and you want this to totally dissolve into the butter. And here it is. Now we're ready for the next step. Now you're gonna get a nice casserole dish and just pour all of your concoction into it on the bottom, just like that, okay? So now it should look like this. You wanna get a nice, beautiful loaf of bread just like this. This is a brioche, but you can use whatever type of bread you prefer, okay? You're gonna get it out of the package and cut it into thick, big cubes, okay? Great. Oh, it's so fluffy, so fluffy. Okay, so we're gonna cut it into some thick cubes, okay? So I cut it in slices first, and then I cube it up. So you can do a couple stacks at a time, so you can stack some right on top of each other like that, and then just slice into this like this, okay? I do 3 slices each way, right? So now we're gonna do it the other way too. Good. Great, okay. These are the size right here of my bread cubes. This is what you're going for. These are how many bread cubes you can get from just 1 loaf of bread, so it really goes a long way. Okay, so here's our casserole pan with our butter and brown sugar. Now you're gonna take your breaded cubes and just place them into this concoction on the bottom, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect, okay? You just want them to be scattered in the sugar, just like that. Like I said, this really does go such a long way, okay? So you might even have some extra, and that's totally fine too. When it's all done, it should look like this. So now we're ready to do the last step. Now in a mixing bowl, what you're gonna do is add 6 eggs, okay? Great. Just pick out any shells in case some dropped in there. So that should look like this. Now you're gonna add 2 cups of milk to the concoction. You can use whatever milk you like. Okay. Today I'm using oat because that's what I have in my fridge, but you can also use regular milk, okay? You're gonna take some ground cinnamon, sprinkle that in because this is French toast, okay? And then last ingredient is 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. Just pour that in. So now you're gonna just mix this all together really good. Make sure the eggs are broken. So here you can see the nice pale yellow of my scramble, and then you can also see the cinnamon in there. So this is perfect. Now you're gonna add this to the casserole. So now I have our beautiful cubed bread in the casserole dish ready to go, and we're gonna take our concoction that we just made and just pour that in right on top, just like this, okay? It should coat the entire top. So you have a beautiful brown sugar butter on the bottom, and then a nice egg, milk, and cinnamon concoction on top, okay? And this is what it looks like. And one last thing, before you put it in the oven, give it a little sprinkle of brown sugar right on top. That is just gonna make it even sweeter and really, really good. But just a hint, not too much. We have enough sugar in here already, but it just gives it that extra flavor that I'm looking for. So now you're gonna put this in your oven at 425 for about 25 minutes. Okay, you're gonna start with 2 zucchini, and then you're gonna cut off the tops and the bottoms, and now you're gonna cut these in half. Perfect. Okay, so I used my mandolin to make very precise slices. You wanna slice these to 1/8 of an inch. Now you're gonna transfer these beautiful slices of zucchini over to a mixing bowl. The next step is to take 2 eggs and crack them in a bowl of your wet ingredients. And then you're gonna take 1/4 cup of oil. I like to use olive oil, and put that in there too. You're gonna take a fork and just whisk that together. It should look like this once it's all done. It's pretty thick with the olive oil, okay? Just to give you an idea. And then the trick to making a good quiche casserole is to aerate them by whipping them really, really fast. Okay. Now you're gonna finely dice some garlic. A good hack is to take a knife and with the flat back, just press down against your cloves. Okay, and this helps soften them so that they easily break. So this just easily is coming right off. Great hack. Now you're gonna dice these. You can go ahead now and just add that to your mixing bowl. The next part is to dice 1 medium onion, just half of the onion, not the whole onion, okay? Now you can go ahead and add your diced onion into the mix. The next thing you're gonna do is add 1 cup of flour. You can just scatter that in there. Good. You're gonna add 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Perfect. Salt and pepper, I like to measure the Italian way, which is just eyeball it. Now you're gonna grate some Parmesan or Pecorino Romano, whatever you have that you like. Again, I use the Italian system for this, but just do what looks good. I personally think everything is better with a lot of cheese, so I'm definitely not conservative with the cheese that I use, but you can do whatever you want. Now we're gonna prepare our wet ingredients to join our dry ingredients. Just giving it one last whip, okay? Now we're gonna just pour this in. Beautiful. Great. This is what it should look like now, and now we're gonna butter a loaf pan and put this in. Now using some butter, just grab your loaf pan, make sure it's nice and buttered so that nothing sticks. Good. Now you're gonna take your concoction and just put it into the loaf pan. The next part is to just flatten it out in the pan so that it's a good even mix. Now it should look like this, and you can put it in the oven at 370. Okay, start by getting your waffle maker nice and lubricated with some nonstick spray, just like this. You really want to get a lot in there. Next you want some tater tots. You're just gonna put them right on top of the waffle maker, just like this. Okay, good. I like to just spread them out to the edges just to make sure that everything gets fully coated in the potato. The next thing is you want to take a couple tablespoons of butter. Okay, so I already pre-chunked them. So you're just going to put that in like this. And I have a couple of the pre-chunks already ready to go, just like this. Okay, I like to do 3. That's usually enough butter because this will melt and spread across the whole thing. Okay. And then you're gonna take this and press it down really hard. It's really important to give it a nice, good push the first time that you press down because you want this to be nice and crispy, like a nice hash brown. We're going for a potato waffle vibe. It's gonna be really good once it all fully crushes down. Okay, now that it's sizzling, you know that it's done, so we're gonna give one final push. And now, wow, look at that. This is all potatoes and it looks so good, okay? So we're gonna take this out. Great. I At this point, it actually just will crumble, but it's fine because it still has the wafflages on it, meaning that it's still waffled. So it still has the imprints, which is really good. That's what you want. So most of you are probably thinking that I'm crazy right now for thinking that this is actually the best outcome, but you're gonna see right now why that is. Okay, so we're just gonna move this to the side first. The next part you're gonna do is get some ground beef. Okay, you need about half the package, just like this. Okay, just get that all out of there. Okay, just like this. You're gonna put that in a small bowl like this, okay? The next part is that we're gonna season the beef. I like to do some salt. Okay. Now we're gonna do some pepper. And of course some paprika. Okay, good. Just like this. Perfect, okay? So now you're gonna take this and just mush that together, just like you're making a meatball or a hamburger patty. Just make sure that all your seasoning gets nice and integrated, just like this. Good. Okay, now very quickly, you're gonna add some olive oil to a hot pan, just like that. Take your meat and just pour that in. Good. The vibe you're going for is a meat crumble. So just take that into consideration by breaking it up with your spatula. You can see how I did a nice crisscross design on this meat. That's just to make sure that it ends up like a crumble like I want. Here you can see it's crumbling up really nicely. That's what we're going for here. Just gonna let all the red spots fully cook and then this is done. Right. So once the beef is done just like this, you can turn off your heat and put your heat aside. Now for the best part, you're gonna poke a hole dead in the center of your tin can just like this. Take some nonstick spray and spray like crazy. You really wanna get that fully coated in there. You don't want anything to stick. Okay. Once you do that, the first thing you're gonna do is take your potato waffle crumble, okay? Which now looks like this, and just put that right at the bottom, okay? You can take your knuckles, okay, and just pack that down, okay? You want it to get a little smushed, but the best part about waffling it first is that it has a nice char, okay? So get that packed down there really nice, perfect. Now you're gonna take some of your beef crumble and put that right into the tin can. Okay. Perfect. Don't be afraid to get those juices in there. That's gonna make it just so delicious and it soaks right into the potato. Now you're gonna take 2 eggs, white and brown doesn't matter, so just whatever you got. Put that right in there like that, okay? Perfect. The next part is to add some cheese, of course. So you're gonna get some mild cheddar and just put that right into the can. Okay, good. Here's what the can looks like right now. Really just get that in there, okay? Just use your fingers and force it down, okay? Because the last 2 layers are really important to get everything juiced in there, being really good, okay? So you're just gonna pack another meat layer in there just like this. It's fine if the egg breaks because it's gonna break anyway, okay? Okay. You're gonna take that meat and just get it in there really good. Okay. Because the egg gets nice and juicy, like you can see, the last layer, it's super important that you make sure that it's potato, okay? So we're gonna take the potato, of course it's fully waffled, and just put it right into the can, okay? You want it to be packed tight, just like that. The more packed tight it is, the better. So don't be afraid to pack it in, okay? Good, just like that. Just pack it all the way up to the rim. Make sure it's nice and flat. Good. Perfect. The last part is very easy, but super important. You want to take your tin can. It should be fully loaded. If it's not packed, it's not going to work right, okay? Take your tin can, just like this, on a nice baking sheet with parchment paper, very important. Take it, just flip it down just like this, okay? So all of that egg is gonna cook right inside of here. It's gonna become kind of like a quiche concoction in this tin can, okay? So get that all down just like this. We have potato, we have beef, cheese, egg sandwiched in the middle, and then you have your beef and potato again. So it should look like this at the end. Nothing is seeping out because the egg is trapped in the center. You're gonna put this in the oven for about 15 minutes, 350 degrees. Okay, this just came out of the oven. Look at this. Okay, I just took our French toast casserole out of the oven. It came out so good. And now I'm about to cut a slice and I'll show everyone up close what this looks like. You really need to get an idea up close to really see the perfection. Okay. Super fluffy, airy, light, all the things you look for in French toast. I have my spatula. Okay. Oh. The smell that's emitting from this is otherworldly. Okay. I'm gonna get a nice big piece here. Oh, look at that. This is just unbelievable. This is so delicious. It looks so good. I wish I could jar this smell and have everyone smell how good this smells, okay? So this is what it looks like right here. And now, of course, the final step is gonna be for me to put some syrup on top. Oh my God, this looks so good. I can't wait for everyone to see this. Oh, this is delicious. Okay. Here it is up close. It is perfectly golden brown. Just look at the texture here. All of this beautiful caramelization and crisping that happened on the outer layer is just everything that you look for in this recipe. I completely nailed this one. I highly, highly recommend this for family brunches on Sunday. This is a great way to feed a lot of people, something sweet and delicious that everyone will really love. So here you can see I have part that's more golden brown over here. This is a lighter color. And then I have parts that are crispier because I kind of like it a little bit crispier. But you can decide when to pull it out of the oven if you prefer it more golden brown to more browner. Up to you. But this is a win. And now it's time for me to take a bite of my sweet creation here. Oh man. 75. Okay, I just took this out of the oven. Look how amazing it looks. It looks so good. So I'm gonna go now and cut a slice of this. Oh, this looks delicious. Here's a shot up close before I cut it. You can see that it perfectly crisped on the top. Oh, yes. This looks so good. So good. I am so excited to cut this open. Look at these beautiful layers that I got in here. This looks so good. That is perfect. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm just gonna slide that in my plate and we're ready to munch. I'm about to lift the tin can. Just be very easy. Just give it a good shake too. Sometimes it might need the help. Oh yeah. Oh, this is, yes. A little breakfast platter in a tin can. Look how delicious that is. It's super layered with ooey gooey goodness just for breakfast. Perfect. So now what we're gonna do is add some cheddar cheese on top. We're gonna take some green onion, put that on top, some ketchup, Oh, look at this. This is just delicious in a can. Oh man, I can't wait to eat this. This is a great idea if you're camping, you want to ward away those bears, just put everything in a tin can. Love that. Oh, I can't wait to eat this. Look at that. I am so excited about this. This is a nice look up close. We have all of our cemented layers of breakfast casserole in a tin can. Wow. I cannot wait to eat this. You can also add sour cream if you want. Oh, yes. This just looks so good. From every angle, it's just an amazing mini casserole. I love that. So good. Wow. I can't wait to give this a nice big bite. Yes. Oh, yeah. This looks so good.